Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller Prospecting, and it's Paydirt review time again. And this time we're going to be visiting Gold World Inc., and more specifically, a bag of their gold Paydirt number 2, Unsearched dirt. Now this bag is guaranteed 1 gram of gold, and I'm really excited to go through it. I've seen a lot of positive reviews on this seller on Facebook, but I haven't seen any on YouTube. So like I said, I'm pretty excited to go through it. Now, before I flash to the description and we go to the overhead, I do need to thank the sponsors for this video, as well as all my videos. And that is to all my Patreon members, including my 2 newest Patreon members, Mean Larry and Ashley Robertson. So thank you both very much for joining my Patreon page. And if anyone else is interested in supporting this channel and these videos, you can check me out on patreon.com/Miller Prospecting. And now let's get to the description for Gold World Inc. As you saw, not a very detailed description. It does tell you it is easy to pan out, but it doesn't tell you if it's easy to pan out because of the classification of the gold or the material, or just because it's a very small bag of Paydirt to go through. It does tell you also that there might be some quartz in the gold, but it is not a guarantee. Now let's weigh this up to see how much it does weigh. And we have 7.4 ounces. And now let's just open them up. It is double bagged. And there is a note in there. We'll see what that says in a second. Trying to make a mess here. There we go. Got it all. I will rinse this bag out before the end of the video, as always. So let's take a look at this. Move this out of the way. It does ship out of Maryland, so I don't know where the dirt actually comes from. Doesn't look too heavy in black sands, and it pretty much has no magnetite in it. So it should be easy to pan out. And let's check out the little bag note and see what's in there. It does have some diamonds, I can see. So we'll put those to the side, and I'm gonna read the note and see what it is. It's an apology for a slow delivery, and they added some real diamonds. So I appreciate that. I don't know if the shipping was slow. I don't believe it was, but I will double check before the review. So let's just classify this down and listen to some music. Okay, all done classifying, and as you can see, pretty equal amounts in all of the classifications except for the -40. There is a little bit more material in here. I'm not expecting to really find any gold in this one because, again, this is supposed to be easy to pan out, but again, it might just be because it's only 7.5 ounces of material. But the only way to find out is to pan it out, so let me go get some water so we can do just that. So have my water, have my pan, have all of my Paydirt here from Gold World Inc. And let's get started with the +10 and listen to some more music. Well, finished panning everything out as you saw, and that was a little bit more difficult than I thought it would be, but we will talk about that in a minute. For right now, let's show you the gold I found. In the plus 10, I found 2 nice little pieces of gold in there, so pretty happy with that. In the minus 10 plus 20, even more gold. Again, a nice little pile there, so still happy. In the minus 20 plus 40, even more gold, and even bigger pile count-wise, but probably the same amount, probably a little bit less than the previous one. And lastly, in the minus 40, even more gold. And this kind of surprised me. I really didn't expect to find any gold in the minus 40, but I am not going to complain because it made it a little bit more fun for me. And now let's start weighing it up. In the plus 10, 0.180, and again I am guaranteed 1 gram in this bag. Minus 10 plus 20, 0.420, minus 20 plus 40, 0.260, and again, lastly, the minus 40, which should budge the scale. And let's just weigh it all up to see what we got. $1.005. So now let's talk about Paydirt difficulty. Now for the Gold World Inc. Unsearched bag number 2, this was a little bit more difficult than I thought it would be, and they do state it is pretty easy on their description, but it does have a good little bit of minus 40 gold, which isn't always the easiest thing to capture. Now, there wasn't a ton of black sand, but there was a little. So for a beginner panner, I'm actually going to give this a medium, but for an advanced or expert panner, this is easy material to go through. And now, let's get to the ROI and the review. All right. Finished calculating my ROI, writing up my review, and let's get right to it. This again was from goldworldinc.com. It was their Gold Paydirt number 2 Unsearched Dirt. It was guaranteed 1 gram of gold. Its cost, $80. Shipping, $8 for a total cost right here of $88. Now the gold I recovered, again, right here, 1.005 grams. Gold spot that the day this was received was $60.81, making this gold's value worth $61.11, which makes my ROI 69.44%, or on my scale, a 6.9. Now, typically, I like to get about a 70% or above for a Paydirt, but this one was really close, so, I'm not going to knock it any. It's about as close as you can get to 70%. Now, for fun factor, I'm actually going to bump this one up a little bit to a 7, because it did have gold in every classification. Even though it said it was easy to pan material, it's always nice to find something in every classification. Now, for Paydirt description, I'm only going to give them a 4. It does give you a little bit of information, but it definitely could use a lot more, especially when they say that this is easy Paydirt to pan. For a beginner panner, I don't think it's that easy. I think this is a quick bag of Paydirt to pan out because you're not going through pounds of material, but not so sure about the easy part if you're a beginner panner. Now, for quantity and packaging, they're only getting a 6.5. For quantity, I'm only giving them a 6. I have decided to no longer just automatically give any seller a 10 for quantity if they don't state an amount. Because if you don't state an amount, it could be a 1 ounce bag or it could be a 100-pound bag, and that really helps you decide on what you want to buy. So for quantity, she's only getting a 6. She did send me some Paydirt, so she's getting a 6. For packaging, she's getting a 7. It was double bagged, but they're very flimsy, almost cheap Ziploc bag type material. So 6.5 for quantity and packaging. For customer service and shipping, getting a 10. Customer service was excellent on this, and the shipping was just as good. And I don't know why. Again, they did send some extra little diamonds with an apology for the late shipping, but this Paydirt actually shipped out the day after the order. So maybe the seller plans to ship it out the same day, and this was their apology for shipping it out the next day, but I'll never complain about next day shipping. So total score for Gold World Inc.'s Unsearched bag number 2 is a 6.9. And that's not a horrible score considering that most of the key things with the ROI and the fun factor as well as the customer service and shipping are on the higher end. Only suffers with the description, quantity, and packaging. But total score, 6.9. Now I do need to say one other thing about this seller that has to do with shipping. Now while the shipping and customer service were excellent on this bag of Paydirt, if you go to their website and you try to purchase 2 bags of Paydirt, which is what I had my secret shopper try to do, because then I would have one for my Thursday night live show, the shipping jumps from $8 to $34. And that is absolutely ridiculous to put a $26 premium to add one more 8-ounce bag of Paydirt on there. So I didn't order a second bag. I won't be panning out any of their material for my next Thursday night live show. But thought I would throw that in there. I thought it was a little bit weird that they charged $34 for shipping on 2 bags and $8 on 1. So now all that's left is to flash up the score and give away a 24 karat gold plated dime. So let's flash up the score right here. Now for today's 24 karat gold plated dime winner, that's going to go to Swartley Daniel. So Swartley, make sure you email me so I can send this off to you. And to everyone else, thanks for watching. Happy panning, and if you're not already a subscriber, make sure you hit the subscribe button below.